Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to say this is going to be the most lopsided round so far. It's just unavoidable. So, same starting image, same prompt, 720p, 16 by 9, as the last couple videos have been. Super Grok on the left, Higgsfield, Kling 3.0 on the right, as in the last couple videos. All right, this is photos um, playing this video, and this is Windows Media Player. Same prompt as I believe I just said. So let's watch the one on the left, then the one on the right. And the whole thing, as sound like a broken record, if you've seen other videos of mine, is when you have multiple speakers on Super Grok, it just can't handle it. This is like the first attempt for Higgsfield, and this is like number 6 or 7 on Super Grok. And you'll see the Super Grok one still has problems. It's just unavoidable. So let's do the Super Grok one first. I mean, it's not going to waste your time. It's still, you can kind of get the gist of it. And there's still some good things. It's not like a 0 out of 10 or anything, but we'll see.
You know who we are, but who are you? We don't trust you. At least, not yet.
Okay. Those 4 lines is supposed to be sister on the left, sister on the right, sister on the left, sister on the right. So she's supposed to say, you know who we are. And then she says, but who are you? And then left sister says, we don't trust you. And the right sister says, at least not yet, or something like that. You'll see they do it correctly on the Higgsfield one. It's the exact same prompts. Again, I ran it like 5, 6 times, 7 times on with Super Grok, and like the two people would be talking at the same time, or saying the same line at the same simultaneously, or whatever. It was just, yeah. You can see there's some good things. I mean, the images look nice. If you just had it on mute, it would probably be okay. Except you see them moving their lips at the same time a couple of in different spots, which is not ideal. Okay, let's do the Higgsfield. Go.
You know who we are. But who are you? We don't trust you. At least, not yet. You know who we are.
Perfect. Pretty much perfect. Except, I mean, the timing is a little bit jarring because they use the very last every single second of the 6 seconds on the video. And so maybe they drag it out a little too much because it gets cut off abruptly, like the not yet, and then boom, it's over. So I have this on loop. So if you watch it without loop, we'll try it without the loop. What I said in the prompt was English accents, okay? And if there's another video where I said Londoner, or whatever, I just said English accent. I'm not an expert in English accents, whatever. The voices are pretty similar. I think it kind of makes some assumptions about just kind of looking at pop culture and stuff.
You know who we are. But who are you? We don't trust you. At least, not yet.
I think that is really good. I there's like, as far as like a flawless video so far, this might be the most, well, the slam dunk one from Super Grok from an earlier round, that was pretty much perfect. It was pretty much exactly what I was looking for. Um the one where the party of adventurers is heading for the castle, there wasn't a perfect one there. The Tyrannosaurus Rex chasing after Lara Croft. I don't know what perfect would have been. I don't think either. I don't think the Higgsfield was perfect there necessarily, but this is perfect on the way. It's got everything. Let's kind of. I didn't say music. I didn't add music again. I found, if you see other videos where I felt that Super Grok did the music better, but there was one at least where I thought the Higgsfield had the better music. Maybe 2 so far. The just kind of comparing frames, you can see again, Higgsfield kind of goes immediate. Usually tries to go for this filter. At least the background gets kind of bleached out, and then sometimes the foreground too, especially if there's movement, like we saw on the Lara Croft T-Rex one, and then the adventurers getting to the castle one, where they blurred out the foreground as well. The protagonists, for motion and movement, they just kind of made them less detailed. But facial consistency, perfect, no problems at all. You kind of wonder. I didn't say elves or anything like that, but you see their hair kind of comes up. Maybe it's trying to do, but this is how it came out of Grok. And again, the starting image, the starting frame came from Super Grok. Okay, just give it text and then pick the one you like and then modify it. I cannot get a great starting image out of Higgsfield. I know I say that like over and over and over, but this wouldn't have been possible. This one on the right would not have been possible without Super Grok creating the starting image for me. Okay. So these details, these are all blurring out here too. These seem to be a little bit more prominent on the left. This one, I guess, no real difference. The lighting, that light, that lamp, I guess maybe those are behind. Were those added? Were they in the start? No, I think those were added. Okay, so a little bit of creative liberty there, if I think from the Higgsfield. I guess it just
But who are
happened
you?
to add.
You know who we are.
Oh, it was right there from the
But
start.
who are you?
How the?
We don't trust you.
You know who
At
we
least not
are.
yet.
I don't
But
know
who
how
are
that's
you?
possible.
We don't trust
You
you.
know who we are.
At least
It
not
just
yet.
came in.
But who
It
are
was
you?
auto.
We don't trust you. At least.
Okay. Strange, I think, kind of. Let's loop
You know who we are.
and go with the sound off. Play again. Okay. So there's this little smile here, which I think, why is it not looping? Dude. Ugh. Okay. Now it's looping. This is good. That I don't think is maybe an inappropriate affect. It's not really the facial expression that I was hoping for. That kind of also kind of her being upset with her and her being really happy. That's yes, that at least not yet is kind of a playful thing to say. You could spin it that way. Here it is though, too, as well. They're getting that at least not yet. It's kind of like a okay, don't leave the table now. Don't um we're not saying that the deal is off or whatever. Just, we just want to make sure that we're clear that we need to make sure that we trust you and know who you are and all that before we uh get involved in a deal or make some kind of agreement or whatever. So yeah, that smile is a little much. It's not really, it doesn't fit kind of my vision of the scene. This is exactly right. Serious. And she doesn't need to get mad at her for saying, at least not yet. If anything, Sister B would maybe be kind of harsh about to Sister A about don't just kind of make it look like we're not interested in what the person has to say. Okay. The who are you, I could have kind of inflected it, but the who are you here, I mean, in the prompt, the who are you for the left doesn't come out the way it should be, which is is supposed to be kind of
At
accusatory.
least not yet. You know who we are. But who are you? We don't trust you. At least.
Too pleasant, the who are you, maybe, because it doesn't sound like what it really is, which
You
is
know
kind of
who we are.
accusatory,
But who?
like it is here.
At least not yet.
Like
You
it
know
needs
who
to
we
be
are.
putting the ball in their
But
court.
who are you? We
That's
don't trust
perfect.
you. At least not yet. You
The
know who we are.
delivery, it's just like
But
it's
who are
no
you?
contest. So plus, still issues with this, with not the right person talking. Um, the multiple speaker problem, and after like 6 tries, like 5, 6, 7 tries. So it's just that's just you can't use that. You can't use that in something you're going to publish or whatever. So, um, given the nice visuals, the accents sound
You know
great.
who we are. But who are you? We don't trust you. At least not yet.
The voices are about equal.
But who are you? We don't trust you. At least not yet. You know who we are. But who are you? We don't trust you. At least not yet.
If you could say which voices sound, closer to my vision, and maybe or just more pleasing to the ears in my personal opinion, I would say the Super Grok voices are slightly better. We're talking like 9.6 versus 9.5 out of 10 or whatever, so whatever. Um, so this is going to be a 10-7 round in favor of Higgsfield. This is the most lopsided one. I told you it would be, and here I'm actually being pretty generous in my opinion to the Super Grok. It's basically kind of allowing the fact that if you did like 15, 20 iterations on Super Grok, maybe it could finally get it right because it was four lines with two people, and it just has to get that right. And there were some earlier rounds. The first iteration was way off, and then some others were better. And this was the best out of 6 or 7. Did I want to try it 15 times? Not really. Okay. And if you have if you have something like the Kling 3.0 or something like that, then there's no reason I think that you would have to force yourself to use Super Grok to get this output. Um, really kind of tempted some of these to kind of continue further. I don't want to kind of give away ideas that I might have selfishly. I'm trying not to, I didn't give the prompt, I didn't give the starting image. I'd rather if you all just if I don't know what um yeah. I mean, but like the prompt, like I said, is pretty simple. These are two sisters and this in a tavern and whatnot, medieval. This is kind of I feel like now I'm getting into a genre, which wasn't necessarily my plan, but we had the Enchantress and that was medieval. This is medieval. They could be in the same universe. There's the other things I've done. I have some other stuff with some other characters that I made that are kind of set in medieval times. They are kind of magical people as well. Um, but yeah, I think it's 10-7 Higgsfield. If you're keeping score, it's still close. Um, Still a close race. I could make it really bad for Super Grok by just doing more of these multi-part speaker, multi-complex, yeah, a lot of complex actions. If you have, you know, we had the one chase where the Higgsfield won pretty convincingly, but if you had it even more complicated with more moving parts and stuff and more kind of like action movie type of thing, I think it would just Super Grok would just kind of get, you know, demolished. So I think that might be it for comparison videos because we pretty much ran the gamut. No, we haven't done climbing and jumping and collisions or crashes or vehicles, but I know I just kind of feel that it's pretty much we know. I feel like I'm pretty confident I know which one would be turn out better. However, again, Higgsfield Kling 3.0 is not proven to me yet that I can get a good starting image, an image as good as this one for starting frame out of Higgsfield. I can't do it because you can't do the selection. You can't give a prompt to Higgsfield and generate images and then pick from like a huge range of images and then modify them and get your starting frame just perfect. I did never specify these are twins. They look very, very close in age. Um, Maybe close enough that they could be, non-identical twins. But I was kind of expecting that one would be. I just said in their 20s. I was kind of expecting that one would look clearly older than the other, but maybe the one on the left is a little older looking and maybe a tad bit shorter. But they definitely look related. I didn't specify the eye color. This is not necessarily a Targaryen thing or whatever. This is not a. It's just kind of the trope of white hair and fantasy and stuff. And this is not, um, you know, um, George R. R. Martin type of thing, or it's not set in his universe. Um, but it's a common thing you see. I mean, you see it in um, just fantasy. It's a fantasy trope. So I think that's it. Maybe let me know if there's any other rounds. Maybe I'll take requests if people want me to make some other comparisons in the future. But I just kind of feel like I pretty much know which one, like the strengths and weaknesses of each one. I think doing these comparisons has really helped. The Super Grok won in some situations. The Higgsfield definitely takes this round though. Really, just we're talking about perfection on the right and some serious flaws on the left. So, thank you for watching.